Chicago, this is Houston, Texas. All these elements will apply. Why is this important? Because you want to learn how to drive safely, regardless if you're in Tokyo, if you're in Afghanistan, the UAE, Islamabad. We want to make sure you understand how to drive. I am a state certified driving instructor. I have over 24 years of experience. I'm certified, and every 2 years we go through a background check. We take professional development classes, so I know the most current elements to help you obtain your license. Currently, I'm helping a young lady who has cerebral palsy learn how to drive. We're on drive 2. It's been an eye-opening experience for me. I actually was allowed to drive her vehicle. She has hand controls on there, and it's really opened my eyes as well as opportunities. We're going to be working with her all summer long. By August, our goal is, fingers crossed, to help her obtain her driver's license. So I want you to relax. I want you to enjoy this journey. Ask questions. This is a masterclass. So I'm going to do some commentary driving. I'm going to show you some things, show you some dangerous things, show you some smart things, and show you how to be a defensive driver. So whenever we are putting in reverse, we want to look in our backup camera. We also want to look over our shoulders, left and right. Okay. Now I'm going to take a little bit of a different area. So whenever you're driving, you want to look where you're going. Hey, how are you? Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. And we're going to drive and look. We're in a parking lot right now. Parking lots are very dangerous places because you have people coming in and coming out. And we're going to take our time, Time, at the end of a parking lot. The main street is ahead of me, left and right. I want to show you this. We have to yield. We turn on our right turn signal, which is up. And the young lady I'm teaching, she is left-hand dominant. So she uses her left hand to turn on her blinker. And she has to kind of overreach a little bit, but I'm studying her. I'm learning about her challenge. We always want to say a handicap is a challenge, okay? A little bit more about my background. My dad had hand controls of his vehicle, so I'm not a stranger to this. I'm not an expert in the cerebral palsy field, but I am a driver's education expert, over 24 years of experience. I've driven students who've had one arm. I've driven students who have muscular neural diseases. So if you are familiar with this, please share. Please leave your information. Okay, we want to stop, and then we want to proceed. This is called a service drive. It runs parallel. In this case, we're running parallel to I-94. If we were in Houston, whatever major interstate that is, if we're in Florida, but most places around the United States have a service drive where the residential area is, and this is where we are. We have to yield. Now we yield and slow down, and then we look over our shoulder. I want to show you this. I look over my shoulder, I check, and then I proceed. We're already here. I'm surprised we made it through the light. We want to be right at about 35 miles an hour. The speed limit here is 35. We're at about 35 right now. This is a trap area. And what I mean, the temptation to speed is great. You're tired. See the person walking? Just popped up and popped out. We want to be careful. If I wasn't looking, it could have been a bad fatality. So we always want to be aware. We always want to make sure we are doing our best. Okay? And we want to make sure. And I'm shouting out all of you who are taking the time to watch this live. So we're cruising along. This is a one-way. There are warning signs. They are regulatory signs. And if you're learning how to read English, this can also help you too. I'm an educator. And also social emotional is important. So we're talking about the whole person. If you're angry and upset and emotional, you really shouldn't be driving. Okay? Devastating things happen at the end of the year or the end of a quarter. I'm going to slow down. You might not hit your bonus. In this case, I got my bonus. I hit my numbers. Okay? And then I'll be getting another bonus next year. We want to stop. STOP. We have a stop sign and a warning sign of school zone crossing. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And I'm speaking from my heart as an instructor, right? That man over there, I think that's in Akita. There's a dog rescue area nearby, right? I love dogs. I'm a dog owner. Okay, we're going to go through and I'm going to get over. So this is the city. This is the suburban area. You have to be aware. Okay. And I'm going to squeeze my brakes and see the rear of the tires on the ground. Now I'm going to flip angles. The I-94 expressway is to my left. Cars are traveling off at 70, 80, 90. They are flying off. So I want to be prepared. If I get hit, I'll be hit from behind. If I'm too close, I'll be pushed in to this car ahead of me. So I'm always mindful of this, and I always want to have an out. We're using the SIPDE process or the Smith system. Always have an out. If a car breaks down, people start fighting. We don't know, but I don't want to be trapped. Okay? So busy intersection, we're going to scan, and then we're going to continue. Now, this ramp is really short, so we're going to try to get up to a 4,000 RPM average. We're at 3,500, and we came out about 4,100. Good afternoon. How are you doing? Thank you for joining my moderators on. If you have questions and you really want to connect, E will get your email, and we're going to be setting up some other things to get your email. I want to build a community. We're on our way to 30,000 subscribers, and for me, that's important. It's more important that you feel this is a safe place, okay? I want you to feel safe to talk about driving, to talk about your day, to talk about whatever you need to. I want you to feel safe. I want you to feel comfortable, and I want you to feel happy. Okay? We could be going through a lot of things. I'm going through a lot of things. You're going through a lot of things. So use this as your relaxation. Okay? And we're going to be going over to Canada. I have an enhanced license. Okay? I always want to go over there. The Ambassador Bridge is starting to open up. Okay? And I've been to Iowa. Like, we're slowing down. These guys are working. Okay? The Ambassador Bridge will be open soon. That will connect the United States, Detroit, Michigan, to Windsor, Canada. That's a big deal. And E is up in New York. A few years ago, we drove through the United States, through Canada, past Toronto. Drake lives in Toronto. I was trying to crack a joke, but my son was like, I don't care, Dad. You're not funny. I'm like, Drake lives in Toronto. He's like, I don't care. But he was being recruited by the University of Buffalo. I'm sharing these things to let you know I'm real, right? But Buffalo is not that bad. Khalil Mack was the biggest player that came out of there, and I think he's going to be picked up. Okay, so Khalil Mack should go into the Hall of Fame. Great guy, right? But I try to just keep it chilled and relaxed, because I drive people who don't know how to drive. If I overreact, they're going to overreact. If I panic, we're going to have a crash. And I want to reduce those odds. How do I reduce those odds? We're keeping a great following distance, right? You're never going to see me tailgating. Even if I was late, I don't aggressively drive. It's not worth it. People have dash cams, cameras. They are psychotic. Now I'm going to get over one lane to the left. I'm making room. What I've learned, because E is from New York, that's a huge area. I'm from Detroit. That's a huge area. Dallas, Texas, been down there 4 times. Houston, Texas, huge areas. But I want to drive to Chicago. Let's go live out there by Lake Michigan. Okay, let's connect. There are a lot of incredible content creators who do driving. Okay, there's semi-truck drivers. There's so many people I want to get on, and we all have this common connection. Like the young lady I'm driving, Brooke, has cerebral palsy. And I'm taking one step at a time. I'm not going to lie, it is dangerous. She has limited strength, and sometimes the car goes off the road, and all I do is just turn the wheel back. You only see from my perspective, but I'm trying to show you the life of an instructor and the goodness. She will get her license, and then when she does, we're all going to be bawling and crying because it's going to change her life. Brooke is 20 or 21. She has cerebral palsy, and I need to be educated on her journey. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm an educator. I'm an instructor. I have my master's, 2 bachelors, okay, communications major, marketing minor, doing driver's ed over 24 years. I'm not a medical doctor, but I have real life experience. And then her parents will share her medical files because they want to know. Brooke is like, you already know, I got hand controls. Let's go, Myles. She's so funny. She talks like a sailor, cussing up and down. I'm like, Brooke, I know. She says, I like you because you don't scream at me. I'm like, Brooke, I'm not going to scream at you. That's not in my DNA. And I'm slowly releasing clips of us driving. But I keep it real. She is hilarious. But she's never driven at night. She's never driven in the snow. Never in the rain. So, you know me. We gonna get her out here on 94. We already took her to the downtown's Mount Clemens Strap area. She made a couple of wide turns. I'm like, Brooke, girl, you about to hit the curb. I'm sorry. But she has the spinner knob. And if you've never been in a car with someone that has a spinner knob, if you just crank it, you're all over the road. So, but I drove her hand-controlled vehicle one time. I need to drive it again. And I need to drive it on the expressway. Now, guys, I may have made a mistake here. I'm stuck on 94. I may have to get off 94. Because you know me, sometimes I try to get there quickly. So I'm over to the right lane. I should have got off on Gratiot. Okay? No hurry. It's taking time. We're back in the right lane. Things are slowing down. I'm sharing Brooke's story to motivate you. Okay? And we don't have hand controls on our car. We don't have that muscular neural disease, which robs you because we just have a skeleton, right? And then we have our muscles. Like if you have a caster on your arm and if you don't exercise, you're going to have a skinny arm, right? So her legs are like this big, but her heart is bigger than all of ours. You hear me? Her heart is bigger. Now let's have to think for a second. She's tougher than all of us because she could simply just give up and be in a wheelchair, right? But she's in college. She's going to start her student teaching. I'm like, wow. So she's not giving up. So all of you who are listening, you think, I can't do this, I can't do that. Brooke doesn't have the use of her legs. And she's limited on how far she can walk. So I had to just give thanks. But her parents found me, and we're gonna get her out here, right? You can do, if you put your mind to it. Brooke is putting her mind to it. She might kill me trying, and she might kill. Brooke don't even care. If she's on the wrong side of the road, she's like, oh, wow. I'm like, Brooke, get on the other side of the road. Right? Get on the other side of the road. She's like, I'm trying. Like, Brooke. So because of my experience, I can just turn the steering wheel. I never want to jerk the vehicle. Right? She does have limited visibility too. Like, I need to see her whole medical file just to understand, because my mom was a nurse, right? My mom was a nurse. And, we're stuck in traffic. I'm keeping it real with you, right? And we're all sharing our journey, okay? And I've driven students with shoulder weakness, but Brooke is going to make me a better instructor, a better man, a better dad, a better human. And that's why I try to show kindness and love to all people, because we're all human. And Brooke is not going to let her challenge hold her back. And she's always happy, always smiling. Can you imagine not being able to walk? She can physically get up, right? She doesn't want us to feel sorry for you. Sorry for herself. And that's real. All right. Some of you know my face. You know my face. Right? But I'm speaking truth to all of you, because her journey and her story is true. So God puts this on earth for certain things. If you're a doctor, you heal people. Okay? If you're a coach, you coach people. I'm an instructor. I'm here to drive people. And through that process, you're going to become independent. She's already got a car. I already told you the story. A man and his wife, they did have kids, elderly couple. In their will, you understanding this? In their will, they gifted their car. A Buick, I want to say it's an Enclave. But you know how old people are. The car's got 30,000 miles, but it's more like to the store back home. Old people not trying to cruise down to Florida. Okay? 30,000 miles. The car is new, smells new. Okay? And then the hand controls were $4,000 to install. I'm not kidding you. Now, you guys are my spiritual support, okay? You're helping me get through this traffic jam, okay? Because a lot of times when you drive, you by yourself, okay? A lot of time you by yourself. Yes, when you give, you receive. The more you give, the more you receive. And we have phones. Let's get on the phone and talk, right? Let's get on the phone. So whenever you're feeling sorry for yourself, you think of Brooke. And I know she can walk upstairs, but it takes her a long time, okay? So yeah, it was $4,000 to get these hand controls installed in her vehicle. And I don't know if the insurance paid for that or her parents. Her dad's an engineer. Her mother works in the medical field. She's got an older sister, I think 2 years older, 4 years older. Okay? But we just gonna lean into ourselves today, people. And Brooke's story fuels me. And you know me, I'll help anyone. Okay? And she's going to practice on those cones. She's going to have to work. But that spinner knob, team, she can turn that spinner knob, get that car in it's a little sideways. And again, guys, I'm being serious. Your car does not have to be perfect when you parallel park. You just got to be in between the cones, right? You don't know me, but my truck got stolen some years ago. Then we got a Chrysler 300. I'm not going to say the name of the driving school because it's a brotherhood. But my son got the hookup, right? Because it's a brotherhood. It's a sisterhood. If you're in the family, of course you're going to get a discount on a road test or the class because we all take care of each other. It's a brotherhood, okay? Long story short, my son parked the Chrysler 300 sideways. I'm like, wow, really? But he always backs into the parking spot. Do you back in or pull into your parking spot? Right? Do you back in or pull in? I back in, he backs in, daughter pulls in, wife pulls in. And then you see me, you can call me stupid. I made this mistake. Why did I do this? But we're going to get off on Harper. And we're going to cut through some areas. We'll be by the Mount Clemens Trap area. Back in. Yeah, back in too. Yep. It's safer. Yes, definitely. I'm not sharing this with you. We had a worker retiring. If you were here, you would have got a gift pack sandwich. This is turkey, right? And the other one is ham. Okay. Oh, I don't think you eat ham. This is ham. So I just grabbed a couple of them. Actually, I got 3. But things are good. You know, you always share and wish good things on you and help people. And you know, I know Jimmy Donaldson, he would help people too. He helps a lot of people around the world. I met him. Jimmy's about 6'6". And that's Mr. Beast, if you didn't know. He really wants to help people. And he's a true philanthropist, right? So it's about helping people. And the good thing is, I'm almost off this expressway. I know you don't eat pork. I know. But that's all they had. But we had about 15 turkey, 15 ham, their wraps, you know, your little pop, juice, you know, chips. You have a really good staff and a really good boss who cares about us, shows love for us. But don't mistake kindness for weakness. You will get terminated if you don't do your job. And I'm about trying to help people. Yeah, definitely. And you know what? We're all here together in this journey. We're just taking our time, right? Being patient. But I really should have took Gratiot. But I don't let, yes, definitely. So obviously when you're right. But when you're at a school or a nonprofit, you know, there are good companies out here. Okay. So there are good companies out here, and it's all about supporting your local business. I'm a firm believer in that. We're rolling along about 15 miles an hour. The speed limit is 70, but I see my exit coming up, and we're going to have to do some shot. Always grateful. Always thankful. Always humble. Always a blessing. Always a blessing. And there's so much more we all can do for our community. And I think a lot of times we live in fear. Oh, I don't have time, or I don't want to do it. You know, who do I talk to? Let's get you a plan and put it in action. We have to take Harper north. If I take Harper south, I'm going to have to go down 2 or 3 miles, cut traffic, turn back around. I made that mistake many, many times. But also this teaches you patience. Okay, if Brooke was seeing her, she'd probably be cussing right now. What? Why are they going so slow? Brooke, it's a traffic jam. Girl, calm down. She is so funny. But she's a young person. She's 20 or 21. She's not worried about it. Okay? Because she wants to reach her goals. Right? She doesn't want anyone to feel sorry for her. And it's like when you get to drive someone, you know about their family, their life, their challenges. Yeah, girl, she cusses like a sailor. She cuss more than me. Brooke is, she's crazy, and a good sense of humor. She is. Yep. She's maybe 5'1", 5'2", maybe 110 pounds, 120. She's a petite little thing, but like I say, she's got the heart of a warrior. All right, and that's why I want to help her so much. I do. I want to help her reach her goal. They're always short. Okay. I'm not even tripping. But you think I'm getting off this highway real quick? I'm going to get ready to hit another jam. But I think it's good that we go in different areas so you know what it's really like. And then her mother is believing the process. You can imagine the tears that her mother had. Right? So we get ready to get off this mess. Like a broken down truck. But we just gonna keep moving. We're on the clover leaf right now. Brooke might turn this wheel, that spinner, we might be in the ditch. I'm like, Brooke, stop spinning that wheel. But those things are adapted for her. And again, I'm not a specialist in this field, but we're applying real life. Oh, she's proud, girl. She ain't gonna hold no one back. But you tell her she can't do anything, right? So her story's incredible. What are these people doing? We can only make a right turn. Why is this truck is cutting off and going down? See, people do dumb stuff and all they have to do is sit there. They're always trying to get a leg up. And we're here waiting. Okay? But that's okay. Yep. I know if we saw pictures of Brooke and she was like 4 or 5, got her little arm crutches, her little canes. These people doing stupid stuff, man. Come on. They can't just wait like everyone else. Yeah, trust me. Sorry guys, I just be pushing buttons. I got this food right here. Trust me, I am looking at it. But I got a little ginger. Now, I got a big can, but this is like a little baby can. Right, now I do have a large hand, but this is a little baby can, right? 80 calories. I know you're laughing. All right. So, but you know what? Because I don't crave that fast food anymore, and it's all about just taking care of yourself. And then whenever we get down here, we get down here. Only right turn only. What are these cars doing? I guess people can't read or don't want to read. We can only make a right turn only. So I'm just packing my patience. I think Brooke would get irritated at this, but I would say, Brooke, you just got to relax. Now I'm going to crack open this little baby can right now. Here we go. Oh, that's a commercial sound right there. Oh my God. So these are the little moments that'll help you get through the traffic jam. Okay? I felt like I was on a commercial team. I mean, come on. I love ginger ale. Come on. Yep. And we can only make a right turn. And we're not far from the Mount Clemens Trap. But all we have to do is just be patient. I know people, this car just made an illegal left turn. Wow. This is how accidents happen. I can see it. We can't make a left here. People make illegal turns. It is not this serious. I am not trying to get hit. Trust me. I'm just moving up very slow. Trust me, I am looking. It's taking my time. This is stressful. I'm not even gonna lie, because I gotta get in the second lane. People still making those freaking illegal turns, man. Wow. Sorry, I just beasted them. Okay. This lane ends soon, and I'm stuck. And I'm trying to be the best role model. Are you gonna let me? This lady, it's not even going. Wow, she didn't even let me in. But that's okay. I'm really trying to be patient. And is she gonna let me in? She's not. But I'm not gonna put up the middle finger. I'm not gonna be disrespectful, because my parents taught me better. This lady behind me, she did not want to let me in. My heart dropped. You know, I want to say something that's out of character, but I did not do that. And I'm gonna be kind. I had to pause for a second because she was about to get toe up, bro. Because this lane to the right ends. And I'm waiting for a gap or space. And that's what I did. No anger, no madness. She saw me look. I'm just gonna be classy and respectable. Bro, I was so mad. But that's okay. I want you to see real life out here. This lady behind me did not want to let me in. We all stuck in traffic. All our gas is low. We all have to use the bathroom. I'm hungry. I got food here right now, but I'm trying to wait. And I'm just going to be a nice person and keep it moving. Kindness is not weakness. I'm here to tell you that. I got that from my mom and dad. And sometimes it's more difficult to walk away. But I don't want to trigger anyone. Okay? It's real out here. I'm just telling you, man. So I'm letting those emotions get out of my system. I'm better now. I feel better. We're moving. And you get a chance to see real patience. And we're not trying to trigger road rage. So we're moving about 45. I'm looking ahead. Car's just pulling out. That kid should be riding with the flow of the traffic and not against it. And E, I know you're from the New York area. There's some great educational videos on commuter, pedestrian, and bike safety. So I've shown my classes those a lot, and I'm just taking my time, being real smooth and easy on the brakes. And I'm letting the traffic come to me. Just being patient. I'm just scanning. As long as we can maintain speed, we're gonna make good time. Even though the freeway is about a half a mile from me, we're moving faster than just being stuck. And you know, sometimes people who road rage, they follow you. So low key, this lady's still following me. But I didn't put up the middle finger. I didn't cuss her out, because then I would be looking over my back, right? I didn't do those things. But you can see how dangerous it is, and how one misstep could trigger someone to like chase you down. Okay, going real easy. And this is very scenic and beautiful. We got the double yellow lines we can't pass. We got the edge line to the right. I can smell that food. That's how hungry I am, but I got to stay locked in on driving. My little baby ginger ale is going to help me make it. But when you drive, you got to lean into yourself. Positivity, putting God first, putting your family first, putting yourself last, right? Because when that lady didn't want to let me in, I'm saying maybe she didn't see my blinker. And then I moved up again. And then actually I was in front of her and I turned on the blinker again. And then I said, she's not going to let me in. I can't wait to see the replay. And then I said, well, either she's going to sideswipe me or she's going to let me in. Now, granted, this is not my vehicle, so I don't want to mess up someone else's vehicle. Okay, we're almost into my... So you think of those things, because I wouldn't treat someone like that. Okay, I turned in the nearest lane. There are the police up there. I got to get over. Move over, law. And then in the horizon, and this is a beautiful picture, like very stunning. And, you know, we had a tornado yesterday, and we're still under a tornado advisory. Okay, so you see the police up there. Move over, law. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and get over one more lane. Okay, we are not trying to have a police situation. Okay, so I gave them the full lane, and that's what you're supposed to do. Now, we don't know. This could be someone injured, a pedestrian. It could be a domestic situation. But if you can get over, you do that. Because it's hard being a police officer. I have a police law enforcement in my family. Okay, give them 500 feet to work. I'm looking in front of me. Let this car go by. And then the other day, there were so many cars, I couldn't get over. My blind spot indicator was like going crazy. But these are some of the things Brooke needs to do. I don't see her looking in her mirror much. And she's got to have more eye movement. But I don't want to overwhelm. You know, we want to get in the car and drive, keep from crashing, literally. I say that with a heart. I say that with love, and I say that with truth. And again, if you want to trade with me, you can be here. But I'm learning how Brooke moves so I can support her. I don't want her panicked. I don't want her angry. I'm already here. I'm not slamming brakes. I don't want her to overreact, because it's going to take me 5 or 6 times to at least know how she moves, know her tendencies. I don't really know her. Brooke could be a crazy person. I don't know. But I want to help her. No, you know I care about Brooke. But I need to know her moves and what she does and what she thinks. And I told her, Mom, I'm not here to waste your money or your time, right? Passing by the Mount Clemens Trap area, one-way streets, downtown Detroit, downtown Mount Clemens, downtown Houston, Texas, Los Angeles, California, Manhattan, New York. Those are the meccas of it all. So you're going to have streets. Now, I know you want to laugh. Here's my little ginger ale. Right? We got a car behind me. The lady's gone who wouldn't let me in. And then we're going to move back. We try to move with intentionality, right? Trying to really believe in ourselves. I'm going to keep moving, keep locking in. And I'm looking around this curve. It's really easy to look. Brooke, I had her on this road. She was kind of overturning a little bit. It's tough. You got that right. It's very tough out here. And sometimes Brooke is not able to use her blinker. She doesn't intentionally mean to do it. Now remember, I didn't teach Brooke how to drive initially. I did not teach her segment 1. And Brooke has her TIP. Okay? So, I don't know how many. Brooke probably has less than 10 hours of driving. I don't know. I'll find out. That was a really slow blinker. But I know the routes, and we're on Gratiot now. Trying to take it. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate you. But I tell you all these stories to have you believe in yourself, not doubt yourself, and prepare for opportunities. Right? And make things come together for the best. We always want to come together for the best. Come together for each other. Come together to help our community, to help the young, to help the old, to help the less fortunate. I'm going to squeeze my brake. And I'm teaching Brooke these good habits. Girl, don't you be running those shadow lights, because you're going to catch someone in a hurry and get killed. Okay? If you were watching yesterday, this is the road I took. I got lost. I got off on 94, and I was by the Air Force Base. Excuse me, I burped. This ginger ale is hitting, man. But you got to know different routes. And I can't imagine Brooke in the snow. Got this big semi truck here. Septic. So we're trying to move forward. Now Brooke has no problem going fast. That girl will push that handle and we're like flying, like doing 60 into 25. I'm like, Brooke, can you please slow down? I don't know if she realizes it. I think she's trying to stay with the flow, but this car accelerates so fast, literally. And like, it's a grandpa car, but these hand controls are weighted. So if you take your hand off the handle, yep, I see the police hiding there. They get ready to get somebody. Come on. And get ready. Oh, they got pulled over. Bruh, I'm telling you, team, don't be playing around. Don't be coming out here stupid. This morning we were live and the police were behind me. I'm always on my speed limit, doing the right thing. Hands 10 and 2. Stop playing with me. Come on, man. It's real out here. Okay? I don't think an officer would give Brooke a ticket unless he was in an at-fault accident. And I don't even want to think about that. I don't want to negatively manifest. Because if I do, I'm not even going to say what's going to happen. So I'm looking for growth. Can she keep the current lane? Yes, she's gotten better. I need to take her on some figure eights, but that might tire her out. And these are some real questions I need to ask. Guys, we had a bad connection. But we back, and it's just stop and go traffic, stop and go traffic, stop and go traffic. And people don't care about our situation because they're just trying to take care of themselves. They're just trying to take care of themselves. And I understand. But it doesn't mean you have to ruin other people's days. This light is on a 12-second countdown. It's quick. And we're barely going to get through this before the light comes on. Now we're by a car dealership. We're by King of Burgers, Golden Arches, Kentucky Fried Chicken. So what does this mean? People are sticking French fries in their nose. People are speeding up. People slow down. But the good thing is, because I have a better diet and I'm healthier, I don't crave this stuff. Like, I have to really, 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 really be hungry. And that took a while. Half a year or so. So we're just trying to maintain good speed, trying to be patient, trying to take our time. While we're talking about having good speed control, got lane line reference, dealing with road rage, we saw that today, and not retaliating or taking part in that. There's a lot of traffic right here. A lot of traffic. And I'm just going to yield for the garbage truck. In fact, I am. And then we do cool downs in neighborhoods, practicing right turns and left turns. Okay. But Brooke, we do drills just like this, making right turns, making left turns. And I'm a big technician on biomechanics. I'm still learning, is Brooke too far? Is she too close? Okay. But I think the family has had another driver's ed instructor or another coach. She said, "You don't scream, Mr. Myles." I said, "No, Brooke, I'm not going to scream. Why would I scream at you? The other instructor did, and I didn't really like him." I'm like, "Girl, I'm not even going to do that." Okay? And we're just dealing with neighborhoods. This is dangerous too. You got little kids, cars, everything is out. We're vulnerable, man. They got fully electric. They live in that lifestyle. Okay, we got to come down to the end. Now, this neighborhood will be really good for Brooke to get into. A lot of turns here. Okay, and I'm just thinking of a strategy. I'm going to have a complete stop, and I'm going to show you. But Brooke, I got to have Brooke look left and right. And Brooke literally, instead of turning her neck, I don't know if she does like this, like she's got to throw her whole body. I'm like, "Brooke, what are you doing?" That's how I look. I'm like, "Are you okay?" And you think Brooke is angry, but she's not. I'm like, "Brooke, are you angry?" "No, that's just how I look." I'm like, "Okay." One of those videos is out. And again, I'm trying to learn her social emotional, right? I'm trying to learn her social emotional. And that's what a lot of you would do. You would go through these social emotional things too. You have to. Because we all are humans. And we all go through changes all the time. Every single day. And it does take a lot of time, T-I-M-E. I think Brooke could back in. She's got to do a backup maneuver on her road test. And I told her, if you want to pass, you got to be able to back up. You got to be able to merge on the. Well, they said I couldn't go on the expressway. I'm like, what? So I'm not saying the state doesn't care, but sometimes they don't care. It's like they make a mistake in your social security number and you can't get a house because one number doesn't match. Okay. Well, so you got to have numbers that match. And it does take time to reach your goal. We're still in class. We're not going anywhere. Now, and we're going to figure it out. Right, we'll figure it out. So look, the road skills evaluation. This is what I'm reading from. And this is part of your road test. This is what you need. So the first thing is teacher intervention. If I have to grab the wheel, turn the wheel, you're probably going to fail. If you strike an object, automatic failure. 2 or more dangerous maneuvers. You pull out in front of a car, you're in the wrong lane, you run a light. Could be automatic failure. Strike an object, failure to yield. Next, driving pre-drive checks. Mirrors, I always talk about putting your mirrors on, seatbelt on, have those mirrors adjusted. I'm not sure on Brooke. We're going to have to, literally, I'm going to have to get out. I'm going to say, Brooke, readjust your mirror. Because I need to know that she needs to use her mirror. So I don't see that much eye movement in here. And again, I don't know about Brooke's muscular neural movements, but I'm learning. Because driving can get you fatigued. You do get tired. Smooth stopping. Brooke used to slam the brakes. I'm like, girl, slow down. Squeeze the brakes with the ball of your foot. But she has a large, it's like a baseball, it's like a bat. It's like a bat, and it's flat. It's half the size of a bat, and it's a long handle. Up is to slow down, pull it back, you accelerate. Okay, and then she has a spinner knob. So I'm still learning, and I drove it. Because you want to move like that person. I told Brooke, I want to move like you. I want to know how you feel. She's like, really? She was cracking up. Mom, Mr. Myles is driving my car with the hand controls. So Mom said, you want me to take the cover off so you can use your brake? I said, no, ma'am. I want to drive this car like your daughter. She said, what? I said, yes. I want to know. And I was panicking because it felt like I could control the car. And I know Brooke is panicking too, because sometimes the girl is wild, out of control. I'm like, slow down. So identifying targets. We want to look ahead. We want to scan. Okay? We have to look, we have to scan. This is your master class. This is why you're here. Okay? Lock in. Turn your head. I don't see much movement of, if we're looking left, I got to see Brooke looking to the left. I think she moves her eye a little bit, but that's not enough. Move to the right. Got to see her look to the right. Turn to head to identifying prior to turning. Also able to judge stopping and starting. It takes her a little bit more time, and this helps me understand. Checks mirrors properly. We got to look at our mirrors, our center mirror, side mirror, and then when I switch angle to the camera, this is us looking in mirrors. Vehicle control when backing up straight. I got to see if she can back up straight. We need to have cones up, and I have cones. Vehicle control when backing or turning. Steering. She uses her left hand at the bottom of the steering wheel. She's going to spin her at about 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock on the left side of the steering wheel. Because physically, I don't think she can turn the wheel without the spinner. Okay? Imagine having your upper body restricted and you can only move your arms this much. That's what I think it's like. Okay? Imagine trying to drive in a loose straitjacket. That's kind of the comparison. A loose straitjacket. And you only have a little movement. And again, I'm trying to get in Brooke's body and her mind and how she drives. So 8 and 4, Brooke doesn't have her hands at 8 and 4 because her right hand is on the gas and accelerator handle. Remember, she doesn't have use of her legs. And then the left hand, her right hand is controlling the gas and brake. Her left hand uses the spinner knob, and her left hand, she like lunges forward to turn on her blinker. She doesn't use hand over hand. She uses spinner, the spinner wheel. So you're probably saying, wow. And then you're probably saying, Brooke, you are a hero, right? Because I got a little tear in my eye. Selects the best lane. Brooke tends to go wide. She's going in too fast into her entry. And I'm like, Brooke, slow down. But guess what? She's starting to go slower because of my experience. No hate, Mom. Checks traffic and signals. She's starting to do that more. Verbalizes adequate gap. She's starting to. But she kind of just pulls out, and that's when you get hit. We don't want to do that. Completes turn in proper lane. She's starting to do that. Now, she laughed when I said, well, this is the Mach limit trap area. She's like, why you say that? That's so funny. I'm like, girl, you about to be trapped. In that first turn, she almost hit the statue. I said, Brooke, don't turn. Go straight. But she's got to know how to turn the wheel. But remember, we're in a downtown area, and some of you would say, you really shouldn't be driving her. Or some of you say, she needs to drive. Brooke needs to drive. She wants to obtain her license. And I told her mom, we're not going to go there until she is physically ready to take her test. Looks for open space left and right, left, middle, right. You got to look around. Obeys traffic signs and signals. Brooke drives very slow or very fast. It's either all in or really slow. And a lot of times we're really under speed, 10 under, 12 under, 15 under. So she might have to be examined through the state because she has a special case. I need to ask her mom this. Okay, my good friends are state certified road testers. Because she has cerebral palsy, they might say, well, no, you need to go to the Secretary of State. You need to have an old man or an old lady, no hate, and they just want to see her control the car. And Brooke might be like nervous. I already know. I thought about that. Maintains proper lane positioning. Brooke is getting better. She tends to drift off the road to the right. It is frightening, but she's getting better, not drifting off the road as much. If you're learning how to drive, you really need to be listening to this, okay? Because many of you don't have cerebral palsy. I don't know. If you do, tell me. If you don't, tell me. She can control the car better on the curve. Lane changes, she's starting to look over her shoulder, but I don't know how quickly. She might just, when regular people who don't have a handicap turn the wheel, they tend to look too long. So I need her to just quickly check to the side. Safe driving behavior, she puts on her seatbelt. Get her T clocked. Maintains proper speed, she's inconsistent. Her inconsistency is getting better and better and better because we're out practicing more. Okay? Identifies safe following distance. She's starting to do that. Identifies and understands appropriately the traffic signs and signals. Again, I don't want to overwhelm her, but I need to know her limits. If she wants to learn how to drive, she's going to have to conduct herself and hit those milestones. You can't run lights. You can't go over speed. If you're 10 or more under the speed limit, you're going to have problems. She's got to use her mirrors more. She's starting to yield for pedestrians. And I say that in a caring, loving way. And I told her, make eye contact with pedestrians. She's like, what? I said, look at the man. Look, why would I want to do that? To see what they're doing. But remember, she's 20 or 21. She's not 15, she's not 16, she's not 17, she's not 18, she's not 19, she's 20 or 21. Okay? So I gave you a perspective. You locked into this masterclass. You're understanding what I do as an instructor, how I go about my day, how I coach, how I train, and it's a whole big deal. And if you have a physical handicap or cerebral palsy, you need to be reaching out to me, and so we can talk, so I can learn how to better serve her and how to better help her, because that's really what it's all about. We're trying to help people. We're trying to help them reach their goal. We're really trying to do our best because that's what it's all about. I'm a state certified driving instructor, teaching 24 years plus. I'm teaching young lady with cerebral palsy. I teach adults. I teach teens. We do driving tutorials. I need you to subscribe. Our goal is to hit 30K. I think we need 60 more. We want to get more people on to talk about their journey in driving, truck drivers, regular people like you and I. If you want to co-host, I want you to. So let us know. I appreciate you. Bye, E. Thank you so much. Bye.